As an ex-Muslim, I think what scares me the most about Islam is how little Muslims actually know about it. They follow a religion whose core doctrines are softened or self-interpreted in ways that don't match the actual texts. Part of it is because we're taught to only recite the Quran in Arabic, which is a very complex language. Even a Muslim YouTuber admits this in his sponsorship ad.
This video is sponsored by the Kalam app, an app that allows you to learn Quranic Arabic so you can finally understand what you're reciting in prayer.
And because Muslims are taught not to question Islam. In Salafi theology, there's a well-known principle that discourages asking how. It's called Billah Kaif. And one of the things that Muslims have no idea about Islam is that it teaches that we only have illusionary free will. It also teaches that some of us were made just to go to hell.
Why would Allah create the disbelievers if He knows that they're going to be thrown in hell? Why not?
Even some of the most infamous Muslim debaters online don't know this. I just find that so scary. This person is one of them. She argues that things are only predetermined because Allah already knows what will happen in the future. But this contradicts the 4 pillars of Qadr in Islam. If Allah's knowledge was only based on seeing what humans will choose, then His knowledge would depend on human actions. Islam completely rejects that idea because it would mean that humans help determine reality alongside Allah, which would be shirk, the greatest sin in Islam, because Allah has no partners. Allah doesn't just know what will happen, He decrees and creates it. Quran 76:30 says, "You cannot will anything unless Allah wills it." Quran 14:4 says, Allah sends astray who He wills and guides whom He wills. Quran 28:68 says, "Your Lord creates and chooses whatever He wills. They have no choice." There are also multiple authentic hadiths that show this as well. There is the hadith saying that each person's share of adultery is already written. It is fixed, and by necessity, one must commit it. There is no escape. Then there's the debate between Adam and Moses, where Adam asks, "Why do you blame me for action that Allah had written for me to do 40 years before my creation?" Then there's the hadith that a person's lifespan, deeds, provision, and final destiny are written in the womb. And there is a narration stating that Allah created some people for paradise and others for hell while they were still in their father's loins. That is not mere foreknowledge. It is pre-written destiny. After the Quran verse was revealed that gave Muhammad special permission to decide which of his wives he spent time with and when, without being required to follow the normal equal rotation between his wives, Aisha told Muhammad, "I feel that your Lord hastens to fulfill your desires." Think about what that means. Either Allah kept revealing things that conveniently benefited Muhammad, or it just looked that way to the person that knew him best. If Muhammad's desires are shaping revelation, then that moral law isn't coming from God alone. But let's test this person's argument and see if it holds up against her own religion.